Hi, moms and dads. Welcome back to another episode of From Another Mother with Alicia Hogan Murphy. Hope you're doing great. Have you ever asked yourself this question? Am I nuts or are my children nuts? I have a friend who used to say to me, there are no bad parents, only bad kids. And we laughed. But there are times when we feel like our kids are going to drive us crazy. Example, I have baskets in our mudroom, one for each person in our family for shoes. And I know a lot of people do this in their mudroom or somewhere in the house. You have a place, a special place or a basket for everyone's shoes. I don't know about your house, but I still find that the shoes are everywhere except the baskets. And the baskets are where everybody comes in. We walk in the house through the garage, everyone's basket is there in that mudroom. But I find them under the island, I find them by the couch, on the coffee table, in the freezer. No, I'm just kidding. But they're everywhere except the baskets. Very frustrating. And I do sometimes try to just remind myself, sometimes I'm gonna miss seeing these shoes around because the kids won't live here anymore and I'll be sad and I'll miss it. But it can be frustrating when kids seem to make their own rules. As you can see, I'm sitting here in my kitchen. I have a lot of baking to do today as a side little money-making side hobby. I bake cakes for people in my community. I sell cakes, simple cakes. And so I'm sitting here because I have to do some baking. But along the lines of the shoes, one of my family members had gotten into the habit of always leaving the shoes right under the island where the stools are. And I would always ask, can you please just put them in the basket? It didn't happen. And one day when I was baking, I spilled a lot of flour out onto the island, and said flour spilled over the edge of the island, not only onto that person's shoes, but into the person's shoes. And this family member said to me, what happened here? I said, well, I spilled the flour, I cleaned up the island, And the person said, well, it's all in my shoes. I realized, well, these are my good shoes. I said, yeah, I've been asking you for years just to put them in the basket. So you're gonna have to clean your good shoes. Sorry. Felt kind of mean, but got my point across. That person does not leave shoes under the island anymore. That person does not always put them in the basket. That person likes to kick them off next to the basket. It's a whole other story. Anyway, can be frustrating. My next thing is glasses, drinking glasses. I like to drink a lot of water all day long. I drink water throughout the day. And I always keep my glass in the same spot next to the sink. You might be able to see it over there. Can you see it over there? Anyway, it's sitting over there by the paper towels. And everyone else's glasses, well, first of all, the kids, they don't use one glass. They use like 5 glasses throughout the day, and then they leave them wherever they are. So I decided that I was going to come up with my own little invention. I'll show it to you. It's very simple, but so I had this cutting board. It's in the shape of Long Island. I grew up on Long Island, and I found that I wasn't using the cutting board very often because it's very narrow, and a lot of times when I use a cutting board, I'm chopping up lots of stuff and I need more space. So I had this as more of a decoration. Anyway, I decided I was going to put my children's initials on the cutting board, and that would be the place where they would hopefully take their one glass during the day and keep putting it in their spot instead of each time coming back and taking a new glass. Sometimes they use it, sometimes they don't, but I'm trying. I'm trying. If none of this is happening in your house, please feel proud that, the kids aren't necessarily ignoring your little rules or your little requests about keeping things a certain way around the house. If it is happening in your house as well, number one, please feel relieved that it's not just you. This could be mostly universal, that this is what kids do. I'm told and I've read that kids' brains aren't fully developed until they're 25, which, okay, that's cool. We have to be patient and understanding, but they're not going to be living in our house anymore at that point. So it's a little bit of a frustration sometimes. Do you have things that frustrate you, or do you have, even better, hacks like I did, attempt to come up with this little solution that works maybe 60% of the time? Like I said, I went up to my daughter's room today and counted 5 glasses. Now who knows in each of my son's room how many are up there, but all of them love to ask, why don't we ever have any clean glasses in the cabinet? Because they're all in your rooms. That's all, So we be patient. We try to keep reminding them gently, or not so gently at times. But please share your hacks. What kinds of things tend to be happening in everybody's household? How can we help each other? I'm so grateful that you came today to tune in. I wish you a great day. And thanks. Love you. Bye.